Get ready for 2 hours of hard-hitting football talk, straight from their jocks about the jocks. It's Football on the Know with Jim and Joe.
Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Football on the Know Show. I'm Jim McPhee, and right there is Mr. Joe DeCapita.
What's going on, Know-It-Alls? You know what time it is. It's time to talk some football. Drop in the comments down below. Rise up, Dirty Birds. First to be on scene. What's going on, brother? Our favorite Atlanta Falcon fan so far. Like he's the one guy that kind of keeps stepping up every week. Thanks for joining us, brother. Hopefully more of you guys can file in. If you're new to the show, please do us a huge favor. Head over to our channel. You know what to do. Click that subscribe button. Click the thumbs up. Let the YouTube algorithm know that we are alive and well. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend. That's right. Share the video. Let's go, Jimmy.
All right. Yeah, it's
bring it, Jimmy. Come
crazy,
on.
Yeah,
let's
I'm
go.
sorry. The crazy week, up and down stuff. Rise Up's probably happy that the Falcons had a bye week last week. They got to rest up and reset here. So they could not lose. So yeah, so a week of craziness here. And now I guess with the latest, let's go with the latest news that's kicking around, right? Joe Flacco now, right? Getting traded within the same division, which you don't usually see this, right? Two rivals trading with each other.
Typically, no. Yeah.
But you know, we talked about the Bengals before in desperation and what they should do if they need to act. They need to act now. But their call is to the Browns. And once, you know, the benching of Joe Flacco came out, they like instantly called the Browns. And it's kind of head scratching again, too. It's because for me, Joe Flacco isn't exactly lighting the league up right now. And, you know, he's got 2 touchdowns, 6 turnovers right now, interceptions. So, I mean, that doesn't exactly say, hey, let's bring him into a franchise to where we're trying to bounce back and get some wins here. That more likely says, hey, he's on his way out. So, why would we bother?
I mean, honestly, it's a very kind of like sneaky move, to be honest. Joe Flacco hasn't been playing really well in Cleveland, but I mean, you could look at that the weapons they got. Like honestly, like you look at that Cleveland Browns team on the offensive side of the ball, nothing's crazy good to throw at. You know, Jerry Jeudy, I'm sorry, like he's good. He's not the X factor player that you need him to be. You know, and they have other injuries in that receiving core that they've sustained, and they're hoping that they can come back soon. But it's like there's really not a lot of people to rely on over there in Cleveland. So for him to get a kind of change of environment, him going to Cincinnati where you cannot have an excuse with that weaponry there. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase leading that charge. Who knows? We've seen this happen before with Flacco. Usually when he has good weapons in front of him, he's able to distribute the football and you know play within the means of the scheme.
Right. I mean, that's what you're hoping, right? Give this guy some weapons, and hopefully he can kind of return to what he was, you know, at least with his Baltimore Ravens days, to where I think he's like the first player or quarterback to go his first 5 rookie seasons and make it to the playoffs every season, I think it was, or something like that. So, again, weapons here for the Bengals. Hopefully they can get it here and bounce back. And again, you're getting them on the low. So obviously that meant, you know, they weren't going to go calling up the Giants at all or anything like that for either one of those quarterbacks, you know, Russell
Right.
Wilson or Jameis Winston. So they go with the veteran. I think the move too says to me that we'll bring in Joe Flacco, and he was already coming off the couch anyways before a few years ago. Like he was ready for a retirement anyways. So I'm sure he would love to keep playing and collect the paycheck and do what he's doing. But I think once Joe Burrow comes back, I mean, it's like, all right, he can pretty much ride off to the sunset and do whatever after, opposed to if you did bring Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston, like there's no quarterback controversy or anything, but those guys want to go somewhere they want to be able to play though too. It's one thing them being backups right now, but I know Russell Wilson still feels like he could start somewhere. So, I mean, he would be
Yeah.
a little disgruntled there. So,
I mean, if you're playing quarterback in this league, they all think they can start. I mean,
mhm.
that's the attitude. That's what you have to have
Uh,
as your
ap-
mindset. So,
yeah,
I
apparently
mean,
Colin Kaepernick thinks he can still start.
yeah, and he should, right? Like because he used to start. Like,
Right?
but not used to like in terms of 5 years ago, used to in terms of like 15 to 20 years ago.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's not even anywhere close. So,
yeah, yeah.
kind of hilarious for him to even still think that he has a chance to come back into the league when everybody's already moved on well and beyond that. But this is an interesting situation. This is not what we anticipated the Cincinnati Bengals doing at that quarterback position. We thought they should call teams and kind of find out what is the deal with maybe a Russell Wilson, a Jameis Winston, a Kirk Cousins. Are any of those guys
Mhm.
available to maybe kind of reel in this Bengals team and say, hey, we can still try to at least make a push for a wild card at least. But
Yeah.
very unexpected move, I feel like, with Joe Flacco going to Cincinnati. Obviously, we all know the Cincinnati financials weren't in the best shape, so maybe this is what's dictating this kind of move. It's a little bit lower of a tier than we were expecting, but I get it, and even though it is an interdivision trade, this is something that they believe that they can win with. They think that Joe Flacco adding him, I mean, think about it. Joe Flacco to Jake Browning. It's almost like you're getting a Pro Bowler compared to Jake Browning, right? Like, I mean, it can't get any worse.
Yeah. Oh, it
So,
can't get any worse. He's throwing 3
I
picks a
mean,
game. I mean, come on.
right. I mean, this is like one of those things where like they're gonna see if they can turn it around at least and maybe be competitive and let's see, what the end game is. Let's see what they can do with Joe Flacco as a quarterback. But I gotta say, like, they're not gonna get very far anyway because we've talked about this in the offseason about how the defense is still lacking and
Mhm.
they're still not playing up to par. So I listen, kudos to the Cincinnati Bengals organization for at least trying. Let's give them credit. I know it's not someone that we all expected, but listen, they got a different quarterback now. Now let's see what they can do with Joe Flacco.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. I mean, you can't get any worse, right, to what they were doing. So, I mean, let's see. Let's see what happens,
I
right?
mean, Joe Flacco throws one of the best
Yeah.
football deep balls in the game. I mean, and he still can do that. So when you got guys like Jamar Chase and T Higgins, I don't know. I think he can. I think he'll do all right in Cincinnati.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, we just found out today, even too, now that Jonathan Gannon got fined 1,000 or 100,000 by the Cardinals for his little altercation on the sideline here with Amir DeMarcado here, the running back who ran a 70, like you were talking about it last night a little bit. You had him on their fantasy, like a 71 or 74-yard run, and the dude, just bobbles the ball, just lets it go too early before crossing the line, and it ends up being a touchback on the whole situation. And
Let's get
can't
this straight, though. Let's get this straight. He didn't bobble nothing.
No, he didn't
He
bother. No,
just
he
dropped
just
the
let go.
football.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
dropped the football before he
Uh,
even got to the goal
uh,
line.
yeah.
Come on, bro. This is fundamentals here with
Mhm.
football. You make sure you score before you want to do your celebration.
What?
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. This happens too often now. I feel like this happens more often nowadays than it did 10, 15 years ago. Like it happened, but it was a rarity. Like, and if you did do it, you were reamed out, cussed out on the sidelines. You were lucky if you even got some playing time the following week. So it's like now it seems to be one of these things where fundamental football is out the window.
Yeah, and this is what I think is really kind of confusing about this situation, right? Because I think Gannon reacted in the moment, but that's how you kind of should react as a coach, right?
Right.
Especially
Yeah.
after you just saw Adonai Mitchell do it, for the Colts, before,
Yeah. Oh,
week before, and
right.
this has been happening. You're like, dude, this is like fundamentals. Like I was looking on a Reddit thread too. The guy even said, "Hey, back in Pee Wee football, you're told run full speed 100% the whole time until the whistle blows. Like go, cross,
Right.
don't let go until they hear that whistle." And yeah, so going over there fired up, that's what you should do, right? And if not that, you're expecting a benching or whatnot. We've heard Bill Belichick has done worse, So having that emotion, having that happen, I don't have an issue with that. But the fact that one of his players that that he is kind of got his arm around him, like consoling him, blah blah blah. Meanwhile, Gannon gets in his face and starts kind of nudging him or whatever and barking at him. That's like the most reaction I've ever seen of Gannon, like ever. He's usually on the sideline, just kind of this, watching the game go down, and the game could be falling apart, and you're just like, dude, what? He's very composed. Like, what the hell is up with this guy? So you finally see some fire out of him. He's totally right with what he's doing, and then the team goes back in and finds him for it. Like, are you serious? You pay him to do what he's supposed to do, and you turn around and fine him for it. And even the fact that he slept on it a little bit, after it all went down, he got a chance to cool down. He went back and talked to the guys, had a meeting and apologized. Mm-hmm. That's fine. Even I don't mind something like that, because again, things are heated. You say it, you kind of put the guy right. You got to do something. And if you feel bad about it, yeah, guys, I'm sorry I blew up, but you guys need to understand fundamentals. You need to do, and you can still take it from there. Instead, again, the management jumps out in front of him and openly out there, just, we're going to fine you too on top of this. And here, we're going to whack your pee-pee for this. You shouldn't be doing this. You don't talk to players like this. I'm like, I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah. That just goes to show me how soft and cream puff of an organization the Arizona Cardinals are with their front office. Like, come on. I love the fact that Jonathan Gannon really got into it with DeMarcado, really kind of laid into him. That's like old school football mentality. Like, you screw up, you're going to hear from the head coach, whether you want to or not. He's going to get in your face. Look, we've seen it from the Kansas City Chiefs with Andy Reid getting in the face of Travis Kelce. And really kind of laying into him, like, you screwed this up, blah, blah. You need to calm the hell down. Like, why are you blowing up at me? Blah, blah, blah. Like, Jonathan Gannon, I love it. I love the fact that he lost his shit. I love the fact that he laid into DeMarcado. DeMarcado needs to understand how critical that play was to score. That was to lead. That was to take over the game, to win it. You got to be kidding me. What do you want, Jonathan Gannon, to say, hey, buddy, let me put my arm around you. It's all right. Those things happen. We'll get them next time. No big deal. We just took the L. It's all right. No. Let them know how serious this is. This is a business at the end of the day. And if you're not winning games, guess what? Everybody's jobs are on the line. So performance-based, right? Like, so I love the fact that Jonathan Gannon went after him and let him know. And then even better is the fact that afterwards, Jonathan Gannon had a meeting and said, I apologize, guys. I kind of overreacted. Because they are men at the end of the day. These aren't like little kids that you're coaching in high school. So like, he understands that he definitely doesn't want to lose them. Like, he doesn't want to lose the locker room. So of course he's being a man, stepping up, like, listen, I got a little overexcited. I hope you guys understand the critical parts in that game, what we screwed up. We need to correct those for next week and so forth. Good for that. I mean, I love that. Jonathan Gannon, and you're right, Jim. Like, it was the first time I've ever seen any kind of emotion. I love fire from my head coaches. I love intensity. I love when coaches chew out a player for screwing up. And you should be. You're getting paid millions of dollars, or at least six figures, to play this game that we know and love.
Yeah.
So, hey, if your boss is going to lay into you because you screwed up, then so be it.
Yeah. I mean, how many times have we seen Andy Reid and Travis Kelce get into it on the sidelines, and Reid's belly bumping him, and Travis is yelling right in his face? The Chiefs didn't find either one of those guys, right?
No.
And Travis Kelce, or even Andy Reid on either did nothing to deserve any kind of that,
right.
What Mercado, DeMarcado did, is crazy, and then the fact, even after that, the rest of the turnovers, the interception that got fumbled that turned into a touchdown by the Titans just was the icing on the cake after this, to where, again, if I'm Gannon, I did not need management to come in and do this, to step in. Because listen, we just had a game where we had it locked in. We had a dumb turnover like that, and then at the end we lose on stupidity again. So I need to go back into the locker room here. We need to go back into watching some video and look at this and look at what everybody did, where they screwed up, and focus on fundamentals. And they need to listen to me, because we need to work on this. And I don't need you overstepping here and finding me for things like that for handling this. You know what I mean? Because what does that look like? You know what I mean? That just, again, says to me that, like you're talking about, this ain't school. This isn't little kids. It's like all of a sudden, I'm a teacher trying to teach kids, and all of a sudden kid gets a failing, an F on his grade. And I'm like, that's it. You got an F. You deserve that. And then all of a sudden the principal comes in. He's like, well, you got to grade these things on the curves. The kid really tried hard. You got to give him effort. So the lowest you can give him is like a C+. Come on.
Right.
Like, what? Yeah. Or if I gave him the F, there's like, what are you doing? I'm going to call you in the office. Listen, if you're going to keep teaching at the school, you can't be giving guys grades that are Fs. Like, are you serious right now? So, I mean, hopefully they can move forward with this whole situation, but this is something I've never seen before, for something like that, especially coming off of something that Jerry Jones did to the fans, offending fans and flipping them the bird and things like that. To where the NFL was like, $250K for him. This is your own franchise stepping in and say, $100K just for that, just for yelling at a guy. And what, you maybe physically you bumped them or something. Like, come on, man.
They're grown.
Come on, man.
They're grown. Rise up has something to say to us. He goes, listen, if the Falcons beat the Bills, we will start to be considered to be at least good, everyone. Listen, here's the weird thing, Rise Up. And we talked about this in our other show last night about how we kind of touched on it real quick. But like, this season has been such a roller coaster of a season for every team that we've watched. We thought we knew what the Eagles were coming into this season. We thought we knew what the Chiefs were. We thought we knew what the Bills were. We thought these teams were going to be, no doubt about it, contenders for the playoffs and probably the Super Bowl and whatnot. Even the Ravens were one of those teams. And now this season has been so confusing, like week to week. Just when you think you got a team pegged, like, okay, we know this team's good. We know this team is struggling. And you just assume, you're like, oh yeah, this team should blow this other team out. And that's not the case. All of a sudden, the team that sucked for like 3 weeks straight beats a team that was like undefeated. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But here we are. So I would say this, Rise Up. It's going to continue week to week. We're going to have to evaluate all these teams week to week as we get to the midpoint of the season. And would it be a huge win for you guys? Of course. If you guys beat the Bills too, on top of the Patriots beating them, then yeah, of course it would be a big thing. Then people might take you guys a little bit more serious for sure. But again, it's going to be a week to week thing with this crazy NFL that we're watching.
Yeah, and the key for you guys to win that one is to run the ball with Bijan Robinson. Yeah, that's the key there, because the Bills, again, right now they're 28th in the NFL against the run, so giving up massive rushing yards here too, and that's what Atlanta does best. So that would be the key for them. And again, like Joe said, you never know. It's week to week here. We've also seen the Falcons go down to the Panthers, who even came back and won this past week too. So it's been drastic up and down. And one thing that we did say about the Bills offensively revolves completely around Josh Allen and the running game of James Cook. But the defense has been suspect. They've been better in the passing game. I'll give them credit for that, because they have been able to hold some teams to lower passing yards. But the run is where they've been getting beat. And surprisingly, last week, Stephon Diggs comes in and was able to beat them in short passing games here. So give a shout out to Christian Dickinson's in the house with us tonight. He's a regular too as well.
What's going on?
He says,
one of our loyal Giant fans.
Yeah, he's saying there's an upset alert to our.
That's right.
Upset alert. I'm going to be upset again, Christian, and so will you, because the Giants are probably going to lose again. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll be upset. Might be a major.
I can't wait. I'm curious to watch that game. I really am. Like I mean, at least I expect the Giants to lose to the Eagles, but at the same point in time, Jackson Dart gives him a shot. Like you can just see that the team believes in him. So it'll make it interesting. I'll say that. So I'm curious to see how that game unfolds. But Rise Up also comments in the chat, says we lost to the Panthers 30-0, and then scored 34 on the much better Commanders defense. That's what
See?
we're saying. We're
Yep.
saying that this league, this season for all teams doesn't make any sense. Just when you think you got a team figured out, they lose to a team they shouldn't lose to, and then the following week they'll beat a team they probably shouldn't beat. So it's like this season's been absolute chaos for sure.
Yeah,
Appreciate the comment,
absolutely.
Jim.
Yeah, appreciate the comments out there. Christian even says, and by that I mean I'm going to be very upset coming home from the game. See, and then now we're not gonna win. So he's going to the game too. Is he a season ticket holder? Because he's going to a lot of these games here. So
Why
that'll
don't
be
you
pretty
ask him?
cool. Yeah, yeah.
I
Well, I
mean,
basically
you're on the
did, I guess,
show.
if he's still out there, right? Wow. Okay, that's pretty cool.
That's the beauty of being interactive, Jim. Like we can
Yeah,
ask the
that's true.
audience questions too.
Yeah, see, yeah, that goes to show you how old I am now. It's like, Joe,
Jeez.
hey, Joe, this guy just said something. Can you go and ask him if this okay, if he could do that? I'm like,
Let me text him real quick.
Grandpa, you just did. He's right in front of you. Oh,
There you go. There's your
that's
answer.
nifty.
Yes,
Yes, yes, yes, season ticket. So, get off my lawn. Oh,
oh
man.
my god.
But yeah, so crazy weeks, up and down, left is right,
Moving
what's that?
coaches.
Mass hysteria, cats and dogs living together. But one thing that is true though, Joe, is how about the Detroit Lions now? They just broke a franchise record too of scoring the most points in the first 5 weeks for their franchise, and that's even with getting beat by the Packers week 1, and since then,
Yeah.
again, when you look at them, you're like, oh no, what is this a big difference here? Now they don't have, Brad Johnson, what's the deal? They just look a little lethargic, maybe just a slow start. And that's all it was, just a little slow start getting into things. And now look at them. They're lighting teams up left and right, week to week. And it's going to be a pretty good matchup, I think, this coming week when they go to face off against the Chiefs. Because now the Chiefs got their back against the wall here and have to face this Detroit Lions team who kind of look like what the Chiefs used to with the creatability of the offense and what they're doing, the creativity and the weapons that they have. I mean, they look like the Chiefs of old, but better.
I mean, I would say they don't look like the Chiefs at all. Like honestly, the personnel's
Mhm.
way different.
Oh
Like
yeah,
first
yeah.
of all, second of all, honestly, it's all comes to execution. Like Jared Goff is playing out of his mind. Amon-Ra St. Brown, like he's going to be electric. You just know it. And then when you got guys like David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield, like you got like thunder and lightning going.
Mhm.
Like
Oh yeah.
everything is working out extremely well for them. And then they have a bona fide great offensive line from left tackle to right tackle all the way through. Like it's not like the Chiefs. Like even when the Chiefs were super explosive and putting up like 30 plus points a week with Tyreek Hill in the lineup and all that, they still didn't have a great offensive line. They were just doing that with broken plays, and Mahomes was shining through on that. This team with the Lions, they're way more kind of streamlined. They execute on the plays so well. Whatever is called, like it just seems like they never falter. They're just on point all the time. So this is a very well coached team. We already know that the head coach is a beast of a man. Stemming from his football days and now being a head coach, he's the ultimate leader right now in Detroit, and everybody's going to back him. So, like, you got rookie coordinators now. That was like the big thing out of the offseason. Like, oh no, the Lions lost their D coordinator and their offensive coordinator. What's going to happen with that team? Are they going to kind of falter a little bit because of coaching? Sure enough, not. They've been there. They've been waiting for their chance, and now they're thriving. Actually, it's not even like they're struggling. So the Lions team is definitely a little. It's definitely a lot different than what the Chiefs were. But I love what they've been able to do in a short amount of time. Think about it.
Mm.
They turned this
Mhm.
this entire organization around from being a losing, laughing stock of the NFL to in 2 years' time, one of the bona fide premier teams to compete against.
Yeah, absolutely, Joe. And again, it's a year removed from losing their offensive coordinator to just pick it right back up. And to where now we talk about a team that loses their offensive coordinator pretty much every year, the Philadelphia Eagles, and returning champions. And now there's questions about, even though they just lost their first game, and there are people all over television now, and they're like, what is wrong with the Eagles? The
Oh
offense,
no,
it needs to
sky's
get fixed.
falling.
What is going on?
Sky's
And I
falling.
get that because again, you look at passing attempts, they're 29th in passing attempts here. Not exactly number one and stuff like that. Jalen Hurts
I mean,
doesn't look like their
would
top
you throw
five
the ball?
quarterback that they were all naming, and ready to crown, right?
Would you
Um,
call passing plays if you've seen what Jalen Hurts has been able to do right now? Like
mhm.
he's
Or
overthrowing
not
his
been able to do.
receivers.
Hmm.
He's overthrowing his receivers left and right. Like it doesn't show the coach Nick Sirianni. It doesn't show him any kind of confidence he can instill into Jalen Hurts and saying, okay, you know what, we're gonna uptick on those passing plays because you're doing so well. No, that's why he only has 29.
Hmm.
In last week's game. That's they're scared to throw the football because they don't know what kind of Jalen Hurts they're going to get week to week.
Hmm.
And since the running game it hasn't taken off yet, anyways, teams seem to be, they're doing their due diligence. They've studied film and they're like, hey, listen, we got our asses kicked last year because we didn't stop the run. Guess what? This year we're going to just fully concentrate on that. We're going to try to stop the run and make this team throw the football. And now you're seeing the Eagles struggle a little bit on offense. And it's like, listen, they had their first loss, and you know what? Deservedly so. This is something that had to happen. I feel like for the Philadelphia Eagles, instead of feeling like they're on top of the world all the time, maybe they needed to take a loss. Maybe this might wake up the team and say, "We got to be better." Jalen Hurts,
Right.
I have to be better. I have to get the football. If a guy's wide open, AJ Brown was open like pretty much all
All
game last
day,
week,
right?
and still wasn't hitting them. Still was overthrowing the football, not getting it to him. Not even sometimes not even throwing it to him, even though he was open. So it's like things just got to get better with Philly. They got to iron out some of these wrinkles that they've shown and try to get back on track.
Yeah, yeah, and like you said, it's about being balanced and really controlling the running game too. And that's what's funny is when you tried to bring up the fact that Jalen Hurts was a good quarterback, but not top five. Everybody was like, "Oh, he was good before this," and then you got Saquon, and that just makes him better. You have Saquon still. You still have all the same weapons there too, and you're not running the ball effectively. He's not playing well, so what's the problem here? If you can't get something going, that's when your good quarterbacks step up and lead the team to victories, put it on their backs. And that's the one knock I would say here with Hurts. He hasn't done that. I like how he's cool, calm, and collected in some of these pressure moments, but when the game was on, the last couple of weeks, especially when the running game wasn't there, they're not even. Last week, I think they had 45 yards rushing.
Yeah.
They haven't broken 100 in the last 3 weeks. That then it's on him. He's got to break it out. He's got to get it to these guys. And like you said, if you got a guy running down the field that's open and you overshoot him or you just don't see him, that's on you. So that's where the problem is. And everybody's, like I said, oh, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? We know what the problem is, but people don't want to admit it.
No. Christian said Hurts struggles constantly to throw 200 yards, and every time they've ever put the ball in his hands, they've struggled offensively. Exactly. Christian
Mhm.
agrees with you, Jim. Just exactly what you said. He also says only 4-0 team coming off a Super Bowl win and have both their top receivers requesting trades behind the
Mhm.
scenes. So it's like we're stirring the pot now in Philly. We're stirring the pot. AJ Brown's unhappy. Devonta Smith wants more touchdowns. Like what are you going to do for us lately? Like, what? If you guys can't do it, maybe another team will. So,
Mhm.
um, we'll see if that ever, comes to fruit. See if that ever is a thing. But it's pretty crazy. In Philly, they got to figure things out. But Billy here says, "Do you see the effing Yankees are doing monkey fucking a football?" No, Billy, we're
No,
not watching the
I'm
Yankees because
not
this is an
watching the
NFL
Yankees right
show.
now. That's right.
We
Again,
appreciate the update, though. Thank
we
you.
do. Yeah,
Thank you.
and
Let us
if
know how that works out.
right. if they were really effing a football, that would be kind of interesting to watch, I guess. But we'll digress. All right. So yeah, the Eagles again. Something's going on with them again. 4-1 though. Still, the sky's not falling. But after you look at these teams
4-1.
that are 4-1, yeah,
What are we
exactly.
doing?
I know.
We're
That's
panicking?
what I'm saying. They're
We got one
finding things.
loss.
And like you said, Joe, there's not a whole lot going on, so they're finding things to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, oh man,
Right.
the Eagles. What the hell's wrong with these guys? Christian says screw the Yanks. So I mean, the interesting thing is to see some of these teams that are coming up out of the ashes and win. Look at the Patriots and how they're able to elevate their game and play against the Buffalo Bills, who again right now seemed like they were kind of separating themselves from the pack. Them and the Lions right now, I'd say, are some of the top two teams out there, and most probably destined to go to the Super Bowl. But again, everybody's got a bad game every now and then too, and then injuries have been piling up nonstop, especially hamstrings this year.
Every week,
for every week for all around the league. So we'll see what happens with a lot of that this week. Moving along
like
with
one of
teams.
the bigger names, Kyler Murray, just got injured last week with a foot, and no one really knows what it is. Is it a foot sprain? Is it a fracture? Is it something more serious that they're not letting on? So, I mean, if you have Kyler Murray in fantasy, make sure you keep tabs on him this week to see what he's doing.
Billy says, no idea. Love you guys. I love you too, Billy. We love it out there. He's
We
just a
love you,
passionate fan, though, Joe, too. And that's what we do love about
Right.
everybody out there. You guys are all passionate fans out there.
You guys are amazing. Thanks for tuning in to the show.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what else do we want to talk about, Joe? I mean, there's
Well, Jim,
pretty much
you know
covered it all,
what?
right? That's
We
it.
covered
We
the
go do our
topics
picks,
this
right?
week. I mean, it's
Yeah.
time to move on to game
We
picks.
got game picks. We got our friends up in here. Everybody pick along. Christian in the house here tomorrow night. The Eagles and the Giants at home. It would be nice if it's competitive here, and it could be because again, divisional game rivalry here. The Giants.
I'll say this.
Jackson Dart ready to kind of forget last week. So
I'll say this. Just think about this, Giants fans. What if you had Russell Wilson still going into this matchup? It's just a complete loss, right? Like there's no hope. But at least this way with Jackson Dart, he's shown something. There's a spark there now with the offense. And I know that you guys have injuries. Like I think going into this matchup, I believe Darius Slayton is not going to be available. He's not going to be in this game.
Who the hell cares?
I mean, but it matters because
Yeah,
now
I mean,
you're down another receiver, another starting caliber receiver for the Giants. So no Neighbors, no
nope,
Slayton.
nope.
You got Wandell. You got Wandell and tight ends at this point. Jalen Hyatt, this is your opportunity, bro.
Dude,
This is your
he's just-
opportunity.
He's had opportunities, Joe. Again, last week another
This
one hits
is
him literally in the
opportunity.
hands, and he can't come down with it.
This is it. Because here's the thing: you can't come off the bench cold and expect to make great catches or even any catch. You'd have no rhythm. So now this is his opportunity. You're going to get plenty of playing time, and now you're going to get your shot
You have to.
show what you can do.
Yeah,
So
you
this
got
is
it.
it. But this is it. Like this is the opportunity. We've been talking about this for quite some time. He's always kind of been on the back burner, and I understand the coaching staff probably doesn't even like him.
No.
And now they're forced to have to use him. So this is it. If you don't show now what you can do, then you're done. Your career's over.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So elevate Jordan Humphrey from the practice squad. Just do something, whatever. You know what I mean? Again, I didn't like the wide receiving core as it is that we had and stuff. And again, let's
Going into
cut
season,
Slayton.
no.
Let's bring him back then. That made sense. So but
Hey, I hear Odell's
again,
available.
I hope after he serves his 6 games, right?
That's
Yeah. But I hope it's competitive. And like I said, I feel like, Scatterboo's going to run hard. He's pissed about last week. I
Just
think
don't
Jackson
fumble.
Dart's pissed. So hopefully, again, we can catch Philly in a spot to where they're vulnerable and they're a little mixed here. But, their plan is going to be Saquon Barkley coming back here to run all over us. And that's what we got to try and stop here. But
Just
either
like
way,
every other team against Philly. That's what
Yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
been concentrating on is
Mhm.
stopping their run, making Jalen Hurts throw the football. And so far, gotta say it's been kind of effective.
Mhm.
Giants
Just
definitely got the same game plan.
yeah, oh yeah, just can they execute it or not? So, I'm gonna go back to my same old, and I'm gonna pick Philadelphia on this one. Just again, just because. See, I strayed away from it. I bought it on the Giants one week, and look what happened. I got burned. So here
Yeah,
on
don't
out,
ever do that again.
yeah, I know. I'm
Even if
betting
you're
against them
winning,
every
even
single
if you
week.
got a winning streak, don't do it
Yeah.
again.
Oh, I know. I know.
It's your fault,
I
Jim.
learned. That's
That's what
how
I'm
I
saying.
get.
It's your fault.
That's how I
You
win
guys
the
lost.
competition every year is because I bet against the Giants. That's what
Right.
happens. That's
Yeah.
that,
This
that
week I'm
extra
gonna do the
bit.
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna go with the Eagles. Listen,
There you go.
I didn't like what I saw from the Giants against a Saints team that was a easily winnable game. And there was mistakes made. I get it. It does happen. But teams that you should beat, you can't lose to them. And sadly enough, the Giants did. They lost to the Saints. So and the Eagles are embarrassing too. Like they're the most embarrassing 4-1 team I've ever seen. Does that make
That could
sense?
be true. Yeah, that could be true.
I mean,
To
I'm
set to that
expecting
one.
the Eagles to blow out pretty much almost every team that they play this year because of how good, or at least how everyone assumes that they're going to be super good and just kind of
Mhm,
take
mhm,
over
mhm.
this league. But man, they're struggling too. So I got the edge. I got the edge with the Eagles on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. We love you guys in the comments too, just reacting to the things that we're doing. Let us know the picks too out there. I know Christian's calling for the Giants. Hey, hey, let me know, Christian. Not to just invite myself, but every time I go see the Giants, they do win. So a season ticket holder,
Billy,
so
Billy said,
then
"See
Billy's
monkey
out there.
football."
See monkey football. I love it. Yes. So yeah. So Billy's got it real bad. He's a Giants fan and a Yankees fans, and right now they're both effing footballs right now. So
That's the
help a
status
brother out,
report. That's the
right?
status report from Billy.
Yeah, yeah. That's the status report. Hey, Billy, what's the weather out over there? Yeah, well, we still got monkeys fucking footballs out here. Yeah, that's the life of the Giants fan and the Yankees fan out here. So back to you, Joe. But anyways, all right. So next, let's get to Sunday's games. We got the Denver Broncos and the Jets. Jets off to their worst start, I think, in history. I don't think they've ever gone 0-5 before. I think I read a stat, something like that. Amazing, right? With how bad the Jets have been. They get Aaron Glenn, and now this is like their worst start ever. Christian says, let me know, pal. We can use all the magic we can get. Yeah, absolutely, man. That's it. We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do something in it. We'll have a great party in the parking lot and everything too. We'll pregame it. It'd be nice to tailgate, man. We'll get the tailgating going. So Denver and the Jets, I don't think this one's even close. Jets, they just already given up. The defense is terrible when that was like a high point at one point. Offense can't get things going, and even when it looks like they can run the ball, they end up turning the ball right back over and things like that. So they're a disaster there. I'm liking the Denver Broncos here in this one, an easy one.
Yeah, and this is kind of one of those matchups where, like, usually what the Denver Broncos do is when there's a kind of like a really good or elite wide receiver on the opposite side, Patrick Surtain just follows him wherever he goes, and it might be clamps for Garrett Wilson in this game. So I don't know. He might be limited on what he can do for the Jets. It's going to be up to just Fields. I hear Fields is healthy now, so get ready for Justin Fields to run his ass off every snap. But I think the Broncos defense, and with the fact that Bo Nix and their offense is starting to kind of come alive this season, give me the Broncos against the Jets.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, next we got the Rams and the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore still banged up. They've grabbed a couple of free agents out there, or the free agent. They've also traded for a guy here with.
They traded away.
Yeah,
they traded away a pass rusher.
Yeah, I know.
Away.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. Away.
And this is a guy that had 10 sacks.
To fix their secondary, right?
10 sacks last year as a pass rusher. Like what's Ravens doing now?
They just feel their secondary is the problem. That's what it is.
They're dropping like flies due to injury, and now we're trading away players on top of it. Well, I just don't get the logic right now in Baltimore. And you need to win. So I don't think that's.
I think you called that early. If you watched the short that Joe did for the Blindside Blitz, I mean, you called that one early last week. Yeah. There's something's got to change. Coaching something. Yeah. Something definitely needs to change there.
They changed, all right, but for the worst.
Yeah, not for the worst.
Get it.
Yeah, yeah,
But
definitely.
okay,
So
back to the game against the
yeah.
Rams. Like this is a Rams team that this is one of those teams, Jim. I gotta say, like for me, going into the season, I'm like, yo, the Rams are gonna be really good. They got that young, really tough defense. They got Stafford. Stafford was a little shaky for me. I was a little concerned early on in the season. Didn't know if he was gonna hold up, but so far it looks like he is, and he looks just like his old self. So you got Devontae Adams on one side, Puka Nakua's killing it in the league. Lot to like, but they've lost a couple games that leave me like, what the hell's going on here? And especially they lost to the Niners. They lost to the Niners that didn't have nobody. They had no starters, but they still won. They had
Mhm.
backups beating the Rams. So I'm conflicted with this matchup. Obviously, the Ravens are kind of in the same boat. They're another team that is decimated by injuries, but it's so hard for me not to pick the Rams in this one because they're healthy. And there's no excuse for them to lose this game, to be honest
Right.
with you. No,
No,
no Lamar Jackson is going to be playing this week. We all knew
right.
it was a long shot, even though the reports either was like, "Oh, he's got a chance." No, he doesn't. So give me the Rams in this one.
Yep, absolutely. We got Robert Stafford's in the house with us tonight.
All
That's
right,
the
here
first.
we
I think that's
go.
a name I haven't seen ever.
Here we go, Rob.
Congratulations.
Here we
Hello,
go,
welcome to
Rob.
the
Welcome to the
show.
show. Said Rams
Uh,
are winning the chip. Everyone, this is an announcement. Everybody, pay
Boom.
attention.
Everybody pay attention here. Bad play calling and missed field goals.
That's how you lose games.
Yep,
You know,
exactly,
that's
right? We struggle versus the Ravens though.
have you ever struggled against the Ravens without Lamar Jackson in the lineup?
All
That's
right.
going to be a question.
Oh yeah, and again, the injuries they've had in the secondary too as well. So I mean
Yeah,
that's big.
corners, both starting corners are out. You know, like Roquan Smith, I think he's fighting his way back this week to try to
Mhm.
maybe make this game, but signs point to him not
Yeah, if
making it.
any opportunity, this is the opportunity, right? This is
Right,
what you got to do when you
right.
get things like this. You got to
Yeah,
seize it right here. With what the teams have been doing to Baltimore and blowing them out, I think it looks pretty good for the Rams right now. The Dallas Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers here. Cowboys finding some steam. Even though that one game against the Packers, they had a hard fought game, but ended up with a tie. Really shelled out last week, really just unloaded and just kept
right.
going and going.
Yeah.
And again, I'm impressed by the running game. The air attack is there still without CeeDee Lamb. Defense, again, just luckily, again, they played a bad team last week, though, so you have to worry about their leaky defense. But again, you want to talk about some players that don't get called for shit all the time. How is Pickens not getting called for these offensive pass interferences ever, right? He is the most handsy guy that
I know.
initiates it,
I know.
and then he got a double push off last week for that touchdown, and
Yeah.
there was nothing there. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I don't get it, but again, with Dallas here,
But Jim, the
Carolina.
referees are terrible.
Oh,
We all know
yeah,
this.
yeah.
We all know this.
But Carolina here, they played some hard, tough games, but really some of those wins, the team let them in these games.
Mhm.
Bad playing by Penix Jr. in the one game, and last week, just kind of the team let them back into the game, and Carolina got back in it. So I'm liking the Dallas Cowboys on this one. Robert says Tyler Huntley. Are they going to finally start Tyler
Is he-
Huntley and bring him up? Is he going to come in? Because I said it last week, and they were dumbasses and put Cooper Rush in. Like, that's the way to run that offense. That offense is going to go so well under Cooper Rush here, the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, that was really freaking brilliant. Push offs like crazy here. Robert also says, yeah. On Pickens. Yeah, I'm crazy.
Yeah,
they don't
Tyler
call him
Huntley
that.
gives him a better shot because he fits that offense.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, Robert did
So
say
yeah,
no Cooper Rush.
Rush.
This week,
Good.
so
It's about freaking time, right?
Tyler Huntley. But I still just I can't.
Oh, no, I
Can't
get
pick
that.
against the Rams.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make football logic to me to pick
Yeah.
against them.
Yeah. Yeah. He said that's a QB we struggle against.
That was a
just
few years ago. That's a few seasons ago, right, Rob?
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah.
let's go. Let's
Yeah,
look
we're
up,
talking
baby.
about right now, man. Come on, forget
Let's
that.
go.
You
Throw it
didn't have,
different.
you didn't, yeah, come on,
Turn
man.
that
Yeah,
frown
you
upside
didn't have,
down, my friend.
you didn't have Devontae Adams and everything
Let's go.
either.
Let's have
Like,
some
come on, bro.
confidence here. Let's have
Yeah,
some
come on,
confidence.
man. Come on. Yeah, all right. So
guys
Joe,
got
you
this.
got the Cowboys. You got Carolina in this one.
I
Are you
got the
gonna be
Cowboys in
sneaky?
this one.
Yeah, I
The
was gonna
Panthers,
say.
honestly, like a shocker for them to win last week.
Right.
I mean, it was a messy game, but also at the same time was exciting to watch down the stretch. And there was a couple of games this week that were like that. The Cowboys Panthers, I kind of don't see it going that way, the same way. I think the Cowboys, their offensive prowess is going to overshadow the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, and again, you're looking at the Dolphins, who now are like, what, infamous for getting the lead and then just squandering it away, allowing Rico Dowdle to just come into this game and light it up with a 206-yard game,
Jeez, I know.
and a touchdown.
Crazy.
Like, are you serious, bro? Like, he had the most rushing yards total for any player in Week 5, and he
Yeah.
was coming off the bench. Like, come on, bro, you can't be doing that. So, yeah, all right. So, yeah, you're believing me in that one too. Right now, we're going with favorites, so we're obviously going to lose one of these games here. Arizona Cardinals and the Indianapolis Colts. Joe, what we got here? Indianapolis still looks good, man. Again, I like Jonathan Taylor. He's staying healthy, so you're seeing what he can do. Danny Dimes is throwing dimes still too. He had a couple picks a couple weeks ago, but still playing well. And I think they're a pretty good complete team. In Arizona right now, they're struggling. Again, we've looked at them at possibly being that dark horse team, but it seemed like since James Conner went down, these guys are just, I don't know, just up and down. Like they'll do the same thing, like get a little bit of a lead and then just squander it away. But with an injury to Kyler Murray on top of it, I mean, that's going to be rough for them moving forward.
Yeah, well, think about it this way too. Like the Colts are playing home, and Arizona's going to have to travel to Indianapolis to play against them in a 1 o'clock game, which might it hinders some teams from the West Coast for whatever reason. It's a long flight and getting settled in and whatnot. But I gotta say, with the concerns with Kyler Murray's foot, and that's his his mojo, that's his go juice, his ability to run. And if he doesn't have that, or even if he does play, he's going to be hindered by that. You got to worry about that as a Cardinals offense because more than likely he's not going to be himself again, and it's going to make the whole offense struggle. They're already battered in the backfield. No James Conner, like you mentioned. No Trey Benson. He's also out. Now they're down to their third and fourth string running backs, but they're not very good. There's a reason why they're third and fourth string. Like they're just
Yeah.
okay, and they keep making bonehead mistakes like DeMarcado did last week. It's a snowball effect. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse. So, give me the Colts in this one. They're a healthier team. They're a team that is, kind of ascending a little bit, but I want to see a little bit more tougher matchups going forward to really kind of see what this Colts team is all about.
Right. Now I hear you there too. But yeah, I like the Colts here at home as well. Arizona, again, like you said, injuries there and just looks disheveled. And again, right now, at this point, Marvin Harrison Jr. just like a total bust right now. This guy is just in his own head, and it's really disappointing for them. Like they could use a guy like that right now to step up. Seattle at Jacksonville. Jacksonville coming off a big win against the Chiefs at home, and this is going to be a great game. I think this is going to be a really tight game. Interesting note with Seattle too, they've given up a decent amount of passing yards in the last couple of weeks. The first 5 games, they've allowed the 6th most passing yards, 1,289. So that's odd for this team and how they play, because they strive off their defense. Sam Darnold's playing well, getting that offense going, so that's remarkable in fact too. So I think this is going to be a really tight game, but I might just side with Jacksonville because again, they're the home team right now, coming off a big win. But I see it being close, a game of field goals.
For this game in particular, like I'm not really impressed by the Seattle Seahawks at all. Like they have literally only have one go-to receiver, Jackson Smith and Jibba. If he can't get the ball, then they struggle big time. I know they got the young kid Torrey Horton who's kind of coming strong onto the scene and whatnot, but he's still not a complete project. Still not fully developed. And this is a Seattle Seahawks defense, honestly, that despite the talent on that side of the ball, like you said, like they're not doing their job. They're just simply not doing their job on that end. And the Jaguars on their defensive front, on their defensive end, backfield, like they're getting it done. They're playing aggressive football. They're playing intense football. They're coming downhill, punching you in the mouth, stopping the run, breaking up passes. they're doing what they need to do, and we knew this team had a good defense. Now the offense, on the other hand, you got to stop the run. That's really what's winning them football games, and that's the thing with Travis Etienne in the backfield and Trevor Lawrence utilizing his legs a lot more than we're accustomed to seeing. The Jaguars gives them a leg up on the competition. Give me the Jaguars in this one, just because for the simple fact that Seattle's got to travel all the way from Seattle, Washington, down to Florida to get ready for a very physical matchup. Give me the Jags.
Absolutely. And again, that offense doing pretty well though, but going mainly off the run. Like put it this
That's
way,
all
Kenneth
it is.
Walker. Well, Kenneth Walker the third has more rushing yards than Saquon right now, and then Charbonneau is tight, like right behind him. So I mean, to combine, they've got like over 500 yards rushing.
This is going to be a good.
It's
test
going to be
for
a
the
good
defense.
game. Oh yeah, yeah. I think this is going to be great. So let's move on to the Chargers in Miami. Now this one's going to be kind of like, what
Interesting.
team am I getting? Like right again, like it's like who's gonna cough up what here? Because the Chargers have done the same thing, right? Like they can't hang on to a win either. They had the West dangling right there in front of them to grasp it and take it. They lose to the Giants. They lose again last week. What the hell are you guys doing? You know what I mean? Because now Broncos playing really good ball right now. Here they are playing a Miami team who scores early and then takes a nap.
Fizzles out.
Yeah. They like all of a sudden they bust their nut and then they nap. They go right to bed after. You know, that's it.
Yeah. I mean, this one right here is take your pick. It's a pick 'em. Like if this had to be a pick 'em game, this is it. Like there should be no spread. There should be nothing. This is like a Chargers team coming in beaten up, by the way, in the backfield. No more Amari and Hampton. He's missing some time. Najee Harris is not there. Like now they're down to their third and fourth string running backs. You know, I think Kamani Vidal. I think he more than likely will get the start. But man, this is a team where they were hot in the very beginning, and now, you know, I'm not really sure what I see in this team. Like, are they a balanced team, or are they still going to try to go back to the running ways now without those two key running backs? Do they go pass heavy? Like this week, could we see a very different Chargers team where Justin Herbert's going to take all the pressure onto his shoulders and say, "Hey, listen, I got you, coach. Just let me sling the rock. Me throwing it to all our receivers, Keenan Allen involved, everybody, Quentin Johnson." Like that's what I'm expecting to see this week from the
Yeah,
Chargers.
me
So,
too.
the Dolphins, to be honest, like they squander so many opportunities, they make so many mistakes offensively, defensively, special teams. I got to go with the Chargers on this one. I mean, I can't go with Miami with how badly they've been playing and how they should have a couple wins to this point, and they just don't. They keep squandering those. So give me the Chargers.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing too. Again, I just don't believe in Miami right now. I think they're toasted. We're going to start talking some serious hot seats next week. I bet we're going to see that with a few different teams here after a few more losses. Next, we've got the Cleveland Browns and Pittsburgh Steelers coming off of a bye week, well rested here, which they needed. Cleveland with Dylan Gabriel, he got his first start last week. I think he looked pretty good over there in London here, and just barely didn't come out with the victory. Just ran out of time. And but look good, you know. I thought he was all right. You know, I don't think it looked like too big for him or anything like that. No pun intended. But I think this is gonna be a good drag out game.
Is that a small joke
tight
that
in
I
the
heard?
trenches, and a tough divisional one. But Pittsburgh being at home, rested. I like the Steelers in this one.
Yeah, this is a tough one too. Like I gotta say, like even though Dylan Gabriel's a rookie and everything, and this will only be his second start, I liked what I saw overseas. I really did. I thought he played well. It just sucks that they came up short, not getting that W. But the Cleveland Browns, like they still got a really good defense, you know. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, again, they usually have a good defense, but we've seen some chinks in the armor here for the Pittsburgh Steelers on defense, you know, and I wonder how that's going to play into it this week. Now, because it is only a second game, I know that Mike Tomlin and company have something up their sleeves for him, going to show him something pre-snap read and then change to something else right as they snap the football. So they're going to try to confuse the hell out of this kid. And I think that might be the difference in the game. I think this is still going to be close. It's going to be down to the wire, but I'm going to go with Pittsburgh at home.
There we go. All right. Again, Billy's giving us constant updates about the Yankees game here. Frustration in the comments. And Christian says here about the Colts here. The real Danny Dimes going to come out again. Mark my words. He called it last time. It'd be interesting if he calls it this time. All of a sudden we get some turnovers.
I don't know, man. He's been
by
killing it
Danny
so
Dimes
far.
in this one. Yes.
Been killing it.
Yeah, and the last time when he did that, he played the Rams defense though. So I mean, that's a tough defense to play against. So next we've got the Cleveland, or we were just looked at that.
Well, he's playing the Cardinals, so that we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. The New England Patriots and the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints able to bounce back after a giant debacle. Again,
Ooh,
them just another one. I'm on fire tonight, right?
How about you're not even realizing it.
Yeah. How about that? All right. But again, it was more of the Giants. Again, like I think even somebody stated in a column or something like, "Oh, the Browns forced 5 turnovers." Like, no, not really. I mean, the punch worked. But these guys squandered the game. They coughed it up. Jackson Dart running out there with the ball like this, just throw it out there. Just inept again, looking terrible. So I think the New Orleans Saints, they're going to compete here at home. The crowd's going to be fired up, but New England, if they play like they did last week, completely balance that defense playing the way they did and getting this offense going. And Drake May seems like he's really hitting his stride. But the running game, Ramondre Stevenson, dude, how many times are we going to get in a DraftKings here, right? Or like FanDuel, and we're going to bet an anytime fumble by Ramondre Stevenson or something, or like first possession? Like that should be a bet right now, Joe. Let's go run and place our bets right now on that one.
I think that's pretty fair to say that he'll fumble at least once, maybe twice. I mean, this guy has 8 fumbles up to this point in this season. That's absolutely ridiculous for a running back. You can't have that. And the fact that Mike Vrabel continues to start the guy every week, hey, we still trust you. We still believe in you. No, douchebag. At some point, you got to stop trusting these guys. If you screw up and you have a poor performance at your job, your boss comes down on you, and guess what? Oh, you know what? Guess what? Take a leave because I can't deal with you right now, or you're fired because you keep making these same mistakes over and over and over. So, I mean, what are we doing here in New England? Like you drafted Devery Henderson for a reason, and not only that, good God, is this kid explosive? Good God, can he make plays happen? This kid deserves to start. Let's see what he can do. Gibson's out. Thank God. That was a lost cause to begin with. And give the kid the rock. Let's see him cook.
Yeah, exactly. Right. He just adds to the game. Absolutely. And he's not coughing up the ball. So who's got the hot hand? You got to give it to him, right? Give a shout to Sammy Ramirez in the house. Holy Sammy. She is visiting for the first time, just giving us a wave. All right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate you jumping in.
Listen, if you guys haven't done so already, and or if you know someone that loves NFL talk, loves this interaction that we do every single week, head over to YouTube for us, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up while you're there, and don't forget to tell a friend, share it around the world. Let's go.
I'm happy when I'm playing.
And I'm happy when I'm talking. Yep.
That's right. We're happy when you guys are talking, right? And commenting.
Talking in the chat.
And even waving out there, right? So New Orleans, again, I think New England takes this one, even though, again, we had to bring up the fact about their running backs, but New England's going to
you just struck a nerve there, Jim.
Well, exactly. I had to bring it up, right? We had to address the elephant on the field.
That's right. That's right. What a big elephant it is. Patriots fans, I know, agree. But for this matchup, Patriots, Saints, listen, the Saints were kind of lucky to get back into that game against the Giants, and they stole that win away. The Patriots, they got back Christian Gonzalez last week. The chemistry has been growing and growing week to week with Drake May and his receivers. I love the way this team is trending. Could it be that the New England Patriots have kind of turned it in the right direction a little bit here, and they're ascending upward? So give me the Patriots on this one. They definitely got the things working now. Give me Patriots against the Saints.
Get down on your knees and tell me you love me.
Oh, nice.
Christian, our boy.
Yeah. Christian, all right.
You two are the best in the business. We appreciate that.
Thank you. We appreciate that, man. You're the best in the comments. How about that? I don't know if that's as good, but oh, man.
It's something.
Boy,
It's something.
that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand
I
fast.
guess it kind of did. All right, so the Tennessee Titans and the Las Vegas Raiders. Titans get out of the win somehow, with Arizona gifting it to them in a basket. Here you guys go.
Right.
You guys haven't had a chance to score again. Here, we'll just fumble it and skip it back into the end zone for you. There you go.
What was that?
Congratulations.
What was that?
Have a win.
I could not believe that play when I watched it.
Can we
I'm like,
just
you've got to be kidding me.
yeah, like can they just zap this game from existence? Like I know you're a
Please.
Raiders fan, and I'm sorry, but I
Please.
mean I don't even know who to pick on this one. Should I just flip a coin?
No,
Oh,
they
man.
should erase it from the schedule.
This is
Nobody
tough.
wins.
But you know what? I'm going to go with your Raiders. Why not? Again,
Well, your fault.
I'm gonna
going
be
with the Tennessee
ballsy.
Titans.
You're going to
I've seen
Titans?
this team play.
Here we go.
This team
Let's
is
see.
a sieve.
That would be
defense is
embarrassing.
absolutely atrocious. Listen, Cam Ward. I will say this: last week we finally saw Cam Ward take a step forward. We
Mhm.
finally saw him link up with Calvin Ridley. We finally saw an offense from Tennessee, and I think that's going to continue going into Vegas. The Raiders are one of those teams that have been struggling at every level of football. They used to be fairly good at special teams. They're damn near last in the league right now. They're damn near last in the league in defense. They're in the 20s, I think, like late 20s for offense. This team is going nowhere fast. And for all the hoopla of bringing in Pete Carroll, who's a Super Bowl winning coach, and he's going to, he wants to win now, and he's going to do everything in his power to turn this team around, and we're not seeing it. We're just not seeing it. The football decisions are terrible. Game decisions are horrendous. And this team is just not playing up to par. So team is, down bad. Give me the Titans coming into Las Vegas and getting a win. And the Raiders, we continue to laugh at them every single week.
We did it. We did it, Joe.
Oh man, yeah, maybe they can. All right, the Cincinnati Bengals and the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay coming off of a bye week, well rested. I think they needed to kind of have a pep talk to and get things started, because another team that started off really exciting, really on all cylinders. I had said that right now they were the best team in the NFL, and at that point they were, but gone down since then. And now to get that bye week, get refreshed, and they're playing a Cincinnati team to where the defense isn't good, and you get Joe Flacco facing off right here, right off the bat. I'm sure they probably wanted Jake Browning still, but still, the guy who just showed up, just saw the playbook, is like, all right, got it. Yeah, start me. I'm ready. Let's go.
Listen, hey, can you shoot me over the playbook in an email?
Yeah,
because that's how I roll. I don't do social
I just got back
media
from London. I'm on I'm waiting here in the airport. Shoot me over. Let's get it.
Don't worry.
So long story short on this one, I say Green Bay starts to right the boat here. They get that defense roaring again. And I say Green Bay takes the victory here at home.
I mean, what this is such
amazing,
a
right?
bad recipe for the Bengals. You have to play Green Bay in Green Bay, and a team that is licking their chops to try to make a statement this week. Offensively, defensively, this is the game to get back on track for them. In Cincinnati, Joe Flacco, I'm so sorry, bro, but this might be your last game, because if you happen to get injured in this one, it's understandable. First of all, because you're going to be hit left, right, in front and center. But this game could get out of reach pretty quickly.
Yeah. So there you go. Packers,
Pack,
Joe's
go.
awful in the pack. Go Pack, go. San Francisco 49ers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. San Francisco able to pull out the victory here last week. Like I said, I really like that connection here. And if they can keep it going, what Mac Jones is kind of proven to everybody out there is I can play. I am tough. And the connection here with Bourne, I think, is great, because again, they have the familiarity already. He's not trying to work with some guys that he wasn't playing with before, so that connection is obvious there, and they're making it work. You got Christian McCaffrey still there in the backfield, but Tampa winning just in close games throughout the week now, or throughout the season.
3 comeback wins this year so far. You know what I mean? They just continue to always come back and steal these games away.
Right, right. Yeah, Tampa Bay right now, they've become the first team in NFL history to win their first 5 games by 3 or fewer points and to win 4 games after trailing in a final minute of regulation, too. Baker Mayfield playing lights out again like he has been. And then also Emeka Ibuka, you've got the injury to they're starting, Mike Evans. So you need somebody to step up. The rookies there playing lights out, and even this season now, he's become the first and only rookie with at least 25 receptions and 5 receiving touchdowns in his first 5 career games. So breaking records, showing up, but this is going to be a tough game here with the San Francisco 49ers.
That's the interesting thing about Emeka Ibuka. It's not like he just woke up and we're just noticing how good he is. He's been good from day one, week one, like with Mike Evans and all them. So this
no, I get that.
Like, this isn't because Mike Evans went down. Like all of a sudden, oh my God, everyone's paying attention to Ibuka and what he can do. This kid is unreal. This is a rarity, folks. This doesn't happen often that a rookie wide receiver comes in and takes the league by storm. Like Emeka Ibuka is making a name for himself extremely quickly, and everybody take notice. And you're on a Tampa Bay team where luckily you got Baker Mayfield, one of the better quarterbacks in this league, throwing to you, and you're surrounded by talent. Chris Godwin just came back from an injury, and he's healthy now. He's going to be helping Ibuka going forward. Mike Evans is going to be due to come back in a couple of weeks. So this team, when it gets together, is going to be super dangerous offensively. And especially when they get their offensive lineman back healthy. Like they're making things happen regardless of injuries. That's a true team win for them. So the Buccaneers 49ers, this is going to be a tough matchup. I got to say.
Absolutely. I'm excited for this one.
A very physical matchup. This is going to be a tough one. And it don't matter. Apparently, Jim, all you need if you're the 49ers is you just need Christian McCaffrey in the lineup. That's it. Because he got thrown to an absorbent amount, but thrown to a lot. And then when you had Kendrick Bourne kind of ascend and show what he could do, everybody kind of forgot about that guy. He got forgotten in New England, then came back to San Fran. And man, it's magic out there with Mac Jones slinging the rock all over. Hopefully he's going to be healthy and going to be okay for this matchup too, because I know he took a beating last week.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Like this game is going to be one of the games to watch this week, no doubt about it. But give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I like what they're doing. I like the fact that they are a tough, gritty team, and they never give up. They always storm back and get the W's. I got Tampa in this one.
Yeah, and it's been tough because I think going down the path of this season, this will be telling about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going deeper into the season and into the playoffs, right? Because how many teams have we seen start off hot and then fizz out? They can't hold on to a game. This team has had to fight for every inch, every score, every yard that they needed, and asked upon their quarterback to pull it out in the last second, and was able to do it multiple times, minus a couple games, but been right in there. So that will build something going playoff time, that they know how to get into these tough situations, the tough grind out games, and come out and win. So that's going to be key for them moving forward. I think this is going to be a great game as well. It's going to be tight, but I don't know. I might still think that time's going to run out for them in this one. I'm going to go with the 49ers in this one. So
Jim,
different too. Why not?
We got news. It's not the biggest news, but it just happened. Jaguars and Browns make a trade. Jacksonville is sending corner Tyson Campbell to the Browns for a 7th round pick. There you go.
Okay.
That brings us on to the next game, Jim. Come on, let's go.
I'd say that's great news. All right, so next we got the Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs. We talked about this game earlier on Sunday night football. This is going to be amazing to watch. Kansas City at home, so it's going to be Chiefs fans everywhere. Referees throwing flags against the other team, and right. It's going to be nuts, but I think Detroit's got enough to handle this. They should be able to go into KC and pull out the victory here. There's the better overall team, Joe. Let's put it frank here. I mean, Kansas City hasn't been able to do a whole lot. Worthy looks like he's injured again. Kelsey just does what he does, but still Patrick Mahomes forced to do a whole lot. Chris Jones, again, not playing up to par. I'm liking the Lions in this one.
Yeah, let's be crystal clear about the
Crystal
Kansas City Chiefs
clear
right
about it,
now.
Joe. Let's be clear.
Patrick Mahomes is the offense. That's it. Like, I understand Xavier Worthy came back last week and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna get some things rolling." But what I noticed is that without the ability that Patrick Mahomes has in when the protection breaks down or the play is broken up and he has to make something happen, that's when he shines. And it's all the pressure is really on him every time. So it's like because of that, because it's like he doesn't have any like extra help on the outside of the lines there with wide receivers, it's all on him all the time. So unless he can continue to make these amazing plays, this team isn't going to be able to stick with these really good teams like the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions have a offense that's more than capable of outscoring the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh yeah.
And their defense is better than people give it credit for. So I know they're going into Kansas City. I know it's a tough place, tough environment to play. But man, I just love what the Lions have been able to do up to this point. And I think that the Chiefs yet again sustain another loss this upcoming week. Give me the Lions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Me
yeah,
too.
Christian said something
Christian
here.
says, did you guys see Chris Jones' effort in the last Trevor Lawrence scramble play?
Did you see Chris Jones's
Jones-
effort all game?
Did you see Chris Jones' effort like all career, like
I
during
mean,
this season?
Listen, there's a
All game too.
Hold on,
You could
hold on,
see it
Tim.
all game. Yeah.
There is a stat, and I thought it was hilarious when I saw this today. Jamar Chase has more tackles than Chris Jones. Jamar Chase has 5 tackles to Chris Jones's 4 tackles.
Yeah.
You got an offensive wide receiver that happens to have more tackles than a bona fide all pro D tackle.
Well,
Chris
Chris Jones doesn't have Jake Browning on his team either, Joe. So I mean, that's probably what helped contribute to that. But no, I get it though. I get what you're saying, and it's funny that this play is what really stood out to everybody, right? Like now people are finally seeing it. But you could watch, like you said, you
Okay.
could look through the whole game. You could look through the whole game, and yes, he's getting double teamed even too on some of them. But even in single protection here, he's still not really a lot of effort trying to fight past that lineman. Just kind of lackadaisical. I don't even know how. Did I even say that like lackadaisical? Whatever.
I don't know what that is. That's weird. That's
It's a new word,
Yeah.
but what it is, now it's my new word along with spedaz. So there you go. We've invented now 2 new words.
No, let's give credit where credit's due. Greg
Greg brought up that one. I
created that word. One of our know-it-alls. So
that is true.
you guys can use that at home.
But yeah, so there he goes. He was doing that. And so it's something that we know about Chris Jones, and he doesn't really step it up until the pressure is on in playoff time. So it seems like in that one, he's like, if they're going to score, we'll let them even score too. I'm not even going to try on this play. We'll give it to Mahomes, and maybe we can get back into this one. And it just didn't turn out that way.
The sad thing is that everybody's now noticing this. This is something that he's had his whole career. Like everybody remembers the stellar play he made to stop a run or sack the quarterback. But he's always taken plays off, and it's amazing to me that people haven't noticed sooner. Until now, you see the one play at the end of the game, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, you see him not do anything?" Yeah. How about the fact that during the middle of that game, when they were blocking him mano a mano, that's their guard versus him, he was playing patty cake. He wasn't even trying to bull rush him, trying to use a swim move, nothing. The guy takes plays off all the time, and no one notices. Unless it's a big deal, like that last play.
Right, and the fact that again, like Christian brings up, and people have said also as well, they're paying him $35 million a year, and this is what kind of effort you get, and that's why when that contract came up too, like right, he was kind of like, oh, I'm going to do like that holdout or whatever. You and I were both talking about it's like almost like
it's not worth it.
Not worth it, bro. Whatever. Sure, I mean, come playoff time, he might step up and do all right, but at this point with his age too. Screw it.
Here's the deal. When you think of a great D tackle, you think of Aaron Donald, right? Like a guy who trains extremely hard, gives everything he has every snap. When he needs a break, he comes off the field and takes a breather. But that is a guy that you want to model your career after if you're a D tackle. You want to be similar to him if you can be. Aaron Donald was a freak. That dude would just come after you no matter what. And even double teams, he was able to fight through it because he was given his all. Chris Jones has that talent. He has that capability to be like an Aaron Donald, but he just doesn't give it his all every snap. It baffles me. And the fact that we reward players like this, who, mind you, he's a one-trick pony. He's great as a pass rushing D tackle, but he's terrible as a run defender. Last year, he rated 59 as a PFF grade against the run. Terrible. And we're rewarding this guy like he's the next coming of Aaron Donald, which he's not. So
absolutely.
Unless he changes his attitude and changes his goals or whatever he's got to do, his fitness plan, whatnot, get in better shape. I don't know what it is, but I just don't see the appeal of Chris Jones.
Yeah, and Christian brings up that walking down the line as he's Trevor's crossing the line. Yep. Gave 50% effort. He would have been right there. Yeah, and that's the thing too, is because I think it was the game against the Packers and the Cowboys, right? You see, Micah Parsons, he made that stop on Dak Prescott. Same type of play. Dak Prescott runs, well, without the tripping and falling all over the place, but Dak Prescott runs over to the side to score. He's got the lane. Micah Parsons comes up and ends up pulling out that stop. And then now Dallas ends up losing, or they settled for the field goal, just go into overtime and end up tying the game. But that was the game winner, and he locked it in. It wasn't just like, oh, let them score, then maybe we get a chance or whatever, and this and that. Playing out every minute, playing out everyone at 100%.
Christian said, actually, Joe, when I think of D tackle, I think of Sexy Dexy, best of all time. There's no such thing as best of all time, bro.
Can't see the Dexy dance, but I can do it.
Just gotta tell you, there's no such thing as best all time.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's all opinion based.
I'll tell you this right now: Sexy Dexy is one of the best D tackles right now. Actually, I think he might even be the best D tackle in the league currently. Because I can't think of another D tackle that makes as much of an impact as him with any other team.
Absolutely. All right, so we got in depth to that, but again, Christian brought that up, and we addressed the comments, and we love to talk about the end of the debate, though. We appreciate you guys. Last two games here, Monday night, we got two games again. I love that because they go so late, and I love staying up watching these games. Buffalo and Atlanta.
I love staying up late. How about you just love watching football? How about that?
Yeah, all right. So Buffalo and Atlanta. Atlanta coming off the bye. Dirty Birds, where you at, brother? I know you're probably saying,
up. He left.
Yeah. He's sleeping already. So he's like, Falcons, we got this all day. That's why he brings it up so early. He's like, yo, we're gonna win this freaking game. Forget this. I don't need to listen to the rest of the show. Buffalo, they suffer a loss. It's gonna be a tough one here. Atlanta at home, they're gonna fight it out, but I think Buffalo is gonna fight back after that loss here and come out with a victory.
Yeah, the one thing that's really tough to stop is Josh Allen. Like the guy he's just that guy. You know, he's an elusive player. As big as he is, people continue to miss him out in the open field. I mean, he just makes things happen.
He's out juking people, right?
Kind of like what Patrick Mahomes does. Everybody kind of underrates the ability of Mahomes and his ability to run. He's crazy fast. He's way faster than I thought he was. But he gets it done. And Josh Allen does this kind of similar thing. Like he just makes things happen. The Bills, they're going to be licking their chops for this game. They want to get back into the win column. And for the Falcons, this is something where they've had extensive time with a bye week to prepare for the Buffalo Bills. They've had a little bit extra time to where they can kind of dive into other film and everything and kind of really come up with a good game plan against the Bills. Honestly, with what the Bills have shown thus far, it could go either way. Honestly, with the Atlanta Falcons and how the Falcons have been up and down too. Like, what kind of team are we going to get from the with the Atlanta Falcons too? Like, are we going to get a honed in Michael Penix, a guy who's not going to limit mistakes and keep moving the ball with Bijan Robinson in the backfield, or is this Bills defense going to wake up? Because that's the other part of it that not a lot of people are talking about is the Bills defense has been lacking too. So with all that being said, I think I'm going to go with the Bills here because, honestly, like this is kind of one of those games where, no offense, Rise Up, But this is one of those games where like the Bills should beat the Atlanta Falcons, a
Yeah.
team that's still trying to figure out their way and grow chemistry there.
Yep. Yep. I agree as well. Again, when you look at the factor too, if you even want to say both running backs are going to perform well, I think it's going to be running back and forth. Josh Allen's the factor at quarterbacks. When you look at it, there's no, it's like hands down.
Who can stop
So,
the run?
yeah. All right. So Chicago Bears and the Washington Commanders here. Washington, Jaden Daniels did practice, right? He's going to be able to play.
Yeah,
in
he's
this
gonna
one?
play.
Yeah, he's
He's
going to
gonna
play in
play.
this one. So that's a big one
Jaden
here.
Daniels, baby.
Yeah, we're going to
Jaden
get to
Daniels.
see. There you go. You got another, you get like a different shirt for a different quarterback or different player every week.
Different player.
Different player every week, though. Yeah, it's got to be like your shirt of the week every time.
Might have to come up with a segment for
Right,
that.
right. I know, right. All right. So the Chicago Bears, Washington Commanders. I think we're going to get to see both these quarterbacks kind of highlight what they do in this one. I think it's going to be a close game. It's going to go back and forth, but give me the Commanders here at home.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go with the Commanders too. It's not even like that hard of a pick here for me. The Chicago Bears. Listen, it's weird because Ben Johnson has instilled his offense. We have actually seen Caleb Williams play a little tiny bit better this year with the new offense, and he looks like he's pretty confident. Looks like he's comfortable in it. But again, he's still making the same mistakes that he did a year prior to this. So I haven't noticed too much of a change with the offense. It looks a little bit better. I mean, I will say that better coaching will help with that. But at the same point in time, I still feel like Caleb Williams makes reoccurring mistakes, and they just can't iron it all out and figure it out with him. Commanders. This is going to be one of those games where like the Commanders take an early lead, and then you just kind of keep that lead running all the way through the rest of the game. Give me Washington in this one.
Yeah, I think it's going to pan out the way it has, like you said, throughout the season. What's planned as they go through, it starts out, it's going to look good for the Bears. But as the game winds down and he's got to make more decisions on the fly, that's when it unravels for Caleb Williams. And we're going to see.
And we've noticed Caleb Williams in the first half of games, pretty solid, actually. Plays pretty good complimentary football, plays well, doesn't really make too many mistakes. And then the second half, it's like the wheels fall off. What the hell happened from the first half? Seems to make a lot more mistakes. Can't really figure it out. Maybe it's the adjustments the other teams are making in the second half, but all I know is that's what I see. Christian said, is Terry McLaurin back? So right now, because it's Wednesday, midweek, you're not going to really know if he's going to be back this week or not until Friday. Friday is when the injury reports come out, where you kind of get a real good declaration of whether they're probable or questionable or whatnot.
Right. And from right now, I heard he didn't practice, so I don't know. So
but it's midweek.
But
it's midweek. They could be just resting him. Thursday, they might even rest him too, and then Friday Friday's going to be the real telltale day to see if he's going to be back or not.
All right. Yep. So there you go. There's our picks. We'll see how they pan out again. We really appreciate you guys again joining in on the show. We love the comments out there. Again, if you guys are new to the show and you're popping in, Sammy Ramirez, are you still there? Get your phone out and scan the QR code. It's that easy, right there. Just bang, bang, and then become know-it-all. Subscribe, like the videos. Leave some more comments too, why not? And then also hit the notification bell, let you know whenever we go live, and join us for our next live show next week. Joe, next week I've been talking to my guy Michael Johnson Jr. of the local 104.5 The Team ESPN Radio. He's cool to come on as long as the Yankees are not gonna play, so we'll know the way Billy's saying. Who knows? We probably
hold on.
See the
Where's
Yankees
Billy?
then.
Is Billy still in the chat?
Billy might have broken his television or his phone by now, throwing it across the room.
Billy might be hanging himself right now. We got to check on him. Somebody send a search party over to Billy.
Oh boy! All right, so yeah, see you, Christian. We love you, brother. So that's it for the show. We definitely support, and we love your guys' support out there. And we'll see you guys in the next one.